Hi guys, welcome to Saute at Site.
Like and subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for latest updates and recipes.
Hi guys, welcome to Saute at Site. So since it's mango season going on and it's the most loved fruit during the summer season,
so I decided to try something new and twist the traditional puran poli with the mango. So what I've done is I have made amras puran poli. So the story behind this is also really good that one of my friend, she happened to put it up as a story that she had tried this recipe, and I happened to of course like her story, and she actually explained that how she prepared this. I was just inquiring how do you make it and everything. With her some inputs, she told me that why don't you try this recipe since you're so good at cooking and everything. And I thought I must give it a try because I personally love puran poli.
and of course, who doesn't like mangoes?
Yes, so of course Asim loves mangoes.
So we did a jugalbandi over here, and whenever Ali used to come on holidays to Mumbai, so she used to tell my mother like she wanted some puran poli to take back to Dubai. There is a woman that sells puran polis and really good ones, but then Aline thought like why don't we try making it at home since there's no one over here to make it for us, and this was the best option that she came up with.
And I learned puran poli last year how to make it at home itself, but now this is something new that we have added a twist to the original puran poli recipe, and I wanted to share this recipe with you all guys. So let's get started. So guys, to prepare the amras puran poli, first I will knead the atta or the dough, and as you can see I have taken 1 cup of all-purpose flour or maida. Then to this I'll be adding 1 cup of wheat flour. Now I'll explain you why I'm adding half and half of each. So basically if you do it only of wheat, it might tend to get hard, so I add also while you're trying to make the filling, the filling might come out if it's only wheat. You have to be very careful where you add the maida. It actually binds everything together, and because of the elasticity it spreads out well, so there is no problem for the the filling to come out. So that's the reason I add half of maida and half of wheat. To this I'll be adding some salt. Not much, just little, because it's puran poli and it's a sweet, so don't add much salt into this. Then I'll be adding some turmeric, like only half a teaspoon, just for the color's sake. You can avoid if you want, but that's not necessary, but just for the color's sake I'm adding some turmeric. And I'll mix this well with my hand. Now I'll proceed to add in some water and proceed to knead it little by little. As for me, I was not at all good at kneading flour, though I started practicing at the age of 10. When I used to make chapatis when I was small, it was a disaster, and it really used to not bind well, or I don't know how, but it used to be really hard and very like it would be like tasting as if it's not cooked well enough. But after some years with some practice, I finally figured out how to knead the dough, and since then on it's like it comes out perfectly. Not that perfect, but yeah, it's good enough. I'll add in some oil just to grease it. Add in some more water. So for the dough of the puran poli, it should not be very hard, not very soft, it should be medium. My dough is done, and I'll proceed to brush it with some oil and give it a quick knead and cover it and keep. I cover it with a cling film and let it rest for about 15 to 20 minutes. So for the filling, I have taken some chana dal, about 1.5 cup of chana dal, and I have soaked it for 4 to 5 hours. Then I proceeded to boil this in the cooker. I gave it about 4 whistles and added some salt and water. For this I added about 2.5 cups of water,
and after 4 whistles I removed it, strained the excess water out, and then I again took it in the same cooker and mashed it with a masher. The thing is, people say that you need to mash it completely or something like that, but I like my puran polis to have a little bit of texture of the chana, so I don't completely mash it. But and also some people say that you don't have to completely boil it or it should not be mushy, but I prefer mine mushy because it's easier to, you know, mash it, and it gets nice and soft. So I have taken about 1.5 cup of boiled chana dal. Then I've taken half a teaspoon of fennel seeds. The fennel seeds I've pounded it with the pestle, and also 1 teaspoon of cardamom seeds I have pounded it. You can use the powder instead if you have, and 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg powder. I have removed some pulp of 1 mango, and I've used 1 cup of jaggery and 2 teaspoon of milk powder. This is a twist to the original puran poli, and of course the mango itself. And now we'll proceed to make the filling on the pan. So to make the filling, I'll first add in 2 tablespoons of ghee. Then I'll proceed to add my chana dal. Then I'll proceed to add in my jaggery. It's better to use the scraped one because it will melt easily than the, you know, big lumps. Keep it on a slow flame so that it doesn't get burnt, and stir it so that the jaggery gets mixed. Once we mix all the ingredients, we need to ensure that the filling is dry enough for, you know, the puran poli. Now I proceed to add in my milk powder, fennel seeds, cardamom powder, nutmeg powder, and the amras. Now let's mix this really well and continue to cook it until the liquid doesn't dry out. As you can see, it's a nice yellow color, and it's having a very nice aroma of the cardamom and all the other things along with the mango. It smells amazing, and I'll continue to stir it until the water is not reduced and it's dry enough for my filling. So as you can see, the liquid is reducing and the color is also changing it into dark yellow, and we'll continue to do this. Ensure to keep stirring it so that it doesn't burn from down. Even though I'm using a non-stick, there's a tendency for it to stick and then burn. So keep on stirring. So as you can see, it's almost done, and now it's not even sticking to the pan. So this is how the mixture should be. You might feel it's a little bit more this, but when it dries up, it will become a little bit harder, and there will be no moisture in this. So now I'll remove it off heat and let it cool down completely. My atta is done, and now I'm proceeding to roll them into a nice small balls. I'll flatten this out and dip it in some flour. Now I'll proceed to roll this. Now in this I will be putting my filling. Now I'll proceed to add my filling in this. Little bit more. I'll press it out like this. Now I'll proceed to wrap this. Give it a light press. Sprinkle some flour on the bowl. Sprinkle some flour on this, and now I'll proceed to roll it. Roll it very gently. Be very gentle and light. Now my puran poli is now rolled. You can see it's nice and thin, and now I'll proceed to roll the rest of the puran polis the same way.
Alright, let's fry some puran poli. Okay, let's flip the sides. Be a little generous when you're putting ghee. Okay, after applying some ghee, I'm gonna flip the side again. Apply some ghee on the other side. Alright guys, the puran poli is now done. I'm gonna fry the rest.
So I hope you all enjoyed watching the video, guys. Please do like and subscribe to our channel. You can also log into our website www.curioushomechefs.com for latest updates and recipes. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter as Sauté at Sight and show us your love. So I'll see you next time, guys.